Clapback Thursdays returns. Oscar De La Hoya, absolutely. Oscar gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. Oscar gonna give it to you. You know what I'm doing, my mans and them is doing. So Oscar De La Hoya did his Clapback Thursday, and I'm gonna talk about it at the end of this video. You'll be able to see. You can skip around if you want to get straight to it. Make sure you guys subscribe. But Oscar De La Hoya has been doing the Clapback Thursday and talking about, you know, things going on in the sport of boxing. This week, I got to give him credit. It was very funny. He talked about his old chum, his buddy, Eddie Hearn. And he basically ripped Eddie Hearn to shreds. He said Anthony Joshua was cool. I like Anthony Joshua. He was in a good fight with Daniel Dubois. But tough luck and a tough out for his promoter in terms of Eddie Hearn. And he went on to mock Eddie Hearn for taking another L to Frank Warren. Now, ironically, your boy Ego, the best in the business, and it's not even close. Immediately after the fight, and I'm talking pretty quick after the knockout happened, Joshua Dubois, I took to social media and said the same thing. I took on my Twitter, I put out a tweet, and I was basically saying that Eddie Hearn is getting destroyed by Frank Warren in Queensberry Promotions this year. So what did I mean? Well, if you look at it, they did a 5 versus 5, whereas promoter A versus promoter B. In this instance, it was Frank Warren and Queensberry Promotion, British promotional company, versus Eddie Hearn in rematch room. And Eddie Hearn literally lost every single fight that was on that 5 versus 5, which I don't think most people expected, because when you looked at the card at face value, some people would have felt, you know, maybe some of Eddie Hearn's fighters, like let's say Ray Ford, who's a good fighter, maybe can beat Nick Ball. But that's not what happened. And Frank Warren went in and just completely demolished Eddie Hearn. And they were 0-5, like legit, not one single victory. And some of them were stoppages, like Wilder, Deontay Wilder was Eddie Hearn's team captain, and Queensberry Promotions' Zelle Zhang ended up knocking him out, right? You had Hamza Shiraz, who I think he has like 13 knockouts in a row. One of them was Ammo Williams. So Eddie Hearn, he's definitely getting roasted. Oscar De La Hoya, you will see in this video, has taken great joy and pleasure in taunting Eddie Hearn. He also mentioned how at that same event, not only did Joshua lose to Dubois by stoppage and get cooked, he also references the Devin Haney altercation over the ticket. And he says that Eddie Hearn does not know how to build a star and create a star. He was saying that Joshua had all this potential and big fights basically in store for Anthony Joshua, but that's all to ish with Joshua's performance and the match that you made with Daniel Dubois, because many people are now calling for AJ to retire. They're calling for AJ to, you know, rematch Daniel Dubois, which could be very, very problematic, and he might get stopped. And now AJ is in no man's land, whereas if he would have took the style of matchup that he had been taking before, Otto Vailines and MMA fighters like Francis Ngannou, he would probably be in line for the Fury Usyk winner. But now if Usyk wins, Usyk already beat him twice, and if Tyson Fury beats Usyk, I don't know how many people would even favor Joshua. So Oscar De La Hoya is about to cook, and he's right. Eddie Hearn, he's had a stroke of bad luck, and he really hasn't been able to sustain any type of stardom from his guys. But without further ado, subscribe to the channel and roll the clip.
It's time for your favorite part of the week, the only segment in boxing that gives you the facts and makes you laugh. It's Clapback Thursdays. All right, some of my frenemies had a really shitty week, and unfortunately for them, I'm here to unpack all the drama. Let's go. All right, let's start with last weekend's fight in the UK. Anthony Joshua was knocked out in the 5th round by Dubois. It was actually an amazing fight, an entertaining fight, and I like AJ. However, this was another huge L for Eddie Hearn, who is literally 0-11 to Frank Warren this year. This continues the Matchroom curse, meaning if you sign with Matchroom, you're either guaranteed to lose or get injured. To make matters worse, Eddie Hearn faced off with his old buddy Devin Haney in the crowd at Wembley. Eddie, you can't build a fighter to save your life. Anthony Joshua had the world at his fingertips, and you found a way to fumble his career. And speaking of Eddie, my other buddy Dana White had some high praise for him.
Listen, I like Eddie Hearn very much. Eddie Hearn was at the Sphere fight. He came early before the fight started. I have a great relationship with him. I have a great relationship with the Warrens. Obviously, love Tom Loeffler and his matchmaking and what he does. Yeah, I would probably be working with a lot of people. I'm sure you can assume the people that I would not be working with. I don't think that's... You have to be a fucking genius to figure that one out. But, yeah, I like Eddie Hearn a lot and would love to work with Eddie Hearn.
Oh, my gosh, Dana. You don't want to work with me? I guess I won't be invited to your circle jerk with Eddie. You realize you will have to pay boxers real money if you want to be in our sport, right? You called the godfather of promoters, Bob Arum, a scumbag and a piece of shit in a press conference last week. Way to start off your Neanderthal path into the world of boxing. And finally, Hall of Famer Shane Mosley Sr. is returning to the ring this weekend at Harrah's in Philly for a celebrity boxing match.
Hey guys, it's Sugar Shane Mosley. Don't miss my return to the ring September 28th.
You look like you just bathed in Diddy's baby oil.
Disgusted.
What the fuck? Shane, you talk so much shit about me. I'm actually gonna rise above it because I feel so bad for you, dude. I want to buy out the arena you're fighting in. Let me know who I can contact so I can make this happen. And by the way, keep my name out of your fucking mouth. Have a great weekend. And remember, folks, you're not a hater when you only speak the facts.